Nova Trophy, an official distributor of Kobe Sportswear. Here to help you with all of your jersey needs. Known for our trophies, but rising in the sports apparel world. Stop by Nova Trophy to get your team dressed in Kobe's best.
Isaak Pelletier of the Charlottetown Islanders joining me. Maybe you can tell me a little bit about the season when we began in Campbellton in the Maritime Hockey League, and now you're here in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League.
Yes, it's really exciting starting here in St. John in the NB in my hometown, so it's pretty good, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Tell me about the season in northern New Brunswick, in Campbellton, again, undrafted, and didn't get an invite to camp, but you're signed as an AP.
Yeah, I got signed being AP in November. I was playing Junior A in Campbellton, which I had a pretty good first half of the season, and then I was pretty happy when I got called up here to finish the season with the Islanders.
Yeah, how much of a surprise was it? Did it come out of the blue? I mean, obviously you're having a good year, but again, having not been drafted and not invited to a Q camp.
I was really, how can I say that, surprised, because they called my coach, Greg Leland, my Campbellton Tigers coach. He called me in the morning and then told me that. I was like, "Are you kidding me, or what's going on here?" And then he said it was real, and then I got a call from Trevor, the head scout from the Islanders, and then he told me get there as soon as possible. And that night I was in Charlottetown with my billet.
Isaac, tell me where you were in your mind. Where were you as far as your career was going? I mean, had you given up on the thought of playing in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League?
No, I was like, then I was pretty happy signing with them AP, and then I was like, oh, if I can get a camp next year, I'll be happy with that, and if I can prove myself good. But I was like, if I could play there next year, it would be the best thing. But now I'm here earlier, so it's great.
You got a taste of it. You got 3 games, as I mentioned, under your belt. 4th here tonight, and you're in somewhat of a hometown, I guess. Tell me a little bit how do you feel about it now that you've tasted it? Can you play at this level?
Oh hell yeah! The stress is now out of my mind, and I'm ready for it. And it's my league now, so I got to be ready, and I'm looking forward to it.
Again, as I mentioned off the top, undrafted. That's a little bit of a blow to your confidence, is it not?
Well, I've been to the draft year both my years. First year was in St. John, was in the stands, and second year was in Sharon again. I thought I would have been drafted like late maybe, and it didn't happen, so I was pretty upset. Not upset, but pretty disappointed. And then I went and played Junior A, so then I was like, all right, maybe I'm now in Junior, so why not try for top league, and now I'm here, so I'm pretty happy with it.
You became more determined after sitting twice through the draft and not having your name called.
Well, you never got to give up, and then even if you get out of there disappointed, and I'm here right now. I'm 17 years old, so I'm pretty happy with it.
All the credits to our scouts. We had a little bit of a mandate to go out and find some goaltenders in our system, and the 01 birthday in particular was a little bit of a void within our system. So he had a terrific start to the season in the Maritime Junior League, and I think the one thing we've all learned over the course of time is that goalies mature at different levels, and there's a lot of diamonds in the rough, so to speak, out there. So it allowed us to move Dakota Lund-Cornish into an opportunity to start, and that was something that Dakota had handled quite professionally, but if an opportunity ever arose, he'd ask for that. So when Sherbrooke came calling, having Isaac in the backyard allowed us to do that, and he's come up and done a wonderful job for us.
You told me you sat through 2 drafts, sat in the rink waiting to hear his name called, not once but twice, and didn't hear it, and then that has motivated him, spurred him on.
Well, those are great stories. You like to hear about the perseverance of players, and that to me is indicative of how mentally tough this young guy is. And one of the strongest attributes for a goaltender is just that mental toughness. You have to be able to put disappointments behind you and stay in the moment, and that's what's impressed us. And I think our goaltending coach, Paul Drew, he talked about that. He said he may be raw in terms of experience or technical play, but he battles like a son of a gun, and he's a real student. He's a sponge for a lot of the teaching. So when you hear those things, you believe this young man has a lot of upside.
And what might be his his future now? Is there an opportunity here with the Islanders going forward?
There's most definitely an opportunity. That's the reason we brought him in. We wanted to almost give him baptism by fire here in the second half of the season. And we know that we probably have Matt Welsh back as an overage, but beyond that, there's a lot of opportunities. And he's a 2001 birth date, so he's fairly young in terms of a career in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League. So we're excited to see a few more games under his belt and what a summer of training can do for him.